It's a complete mess in the beginning, to be honest. You're just going through pain, so much pain, mentally, financially. The market will test you every day. Every day you step in the market, you are just testing your abilities, your emotions, everything.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another TFT interview. Today, I have the pleasure to host Shivka from Australia. Welcome, Shivka.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today? It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much. I'm really good, and I'm hoping the same for you.
I'm great, thank you. So, can you first tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into trading?
I'll keep it short and simple. My name is Shivka. Been living in Australia, and 2019 was the year when I first got into trading. I had my son born, like my first kid was born, and I was trying to find more time to spend with him. So I was searching for some sort of work that I can do from home. So for any other person, I just searched on the Google like how to make money from
From
home.
home. Yeah.
So yeah, then there was few options. So I ended up with trading. I tried it. I didn't get it really well in the beginning, but I had something in my personality that fits into trading. So I got hooked with trading. And since then, I never looked back.
Wow. And why did it appeal to you initially? Was it the fact that you can just do it from home or was it something else?
I'm sure like you can make money with a lot of other ways. The trading, why it got my attention was you have the flexibility of working anywhere, anytime, and the amount after. So it's the flexibility that got me into it. So you just feel like you just feel more free with the trading.
Yeah, definitely. So, how was the learning process? Did you learn everything by yourself? Did you have mentors?
The learning, it's not that easy, to be honest. It takes years of work. The basic you can learn within weeks. It's not that hard. Like, basic of anything is easy to learn. It's like cricket. Someone will throw a ball towards you and you hit it, that's it. So, but when you wanted to call yourself a trader, that's where it's harder to do. It's not as simple as it looks like. It takes a lot of effort.
So, did you have a mentor or you learned by trial and error?
Yeah, I did not actually had the mentor. My mentor was the YouTube and the
YouTube.
books.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I started. The beginning, you have no idea what you are stepping into. It's like any other trader. It seems it looks pretty easy, but I started with watching other people doing it and started to read books. Like the trading has two parts. One's methodology and one's a psychology, right?
Yeah.
So the methodology is easier to find. Like there's hundreds of people, they post their methods online, on YouTube, everywhere. The hardest part is the psychology. Like people don't realize in the beginning that the psychology is going to play, yeah, the main role. So
Yeah.
and the thing is, in the beginning you have a lot of things to work on. You need to have a strategy, you need to work on your emotions, your mindset, your risk
Yeah.
management, a lot of things you need to work on. And it's a complete mess in the beginning, to be honest. You're just going through pain, so much pain, like mentally, financially. The market will test you every day. Every day you step in the market, you are just testing your, abilities, your emotion. It's everything.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, what are the failures that you cherish the most?
I think in the beginning, I did not had idea what's important, what's not. I was looking for a strategy, and then let's say it starts to work, then I start to lose money. I did not had an idea at that time that it's not the strategy, it's the psychology where I'm failing. So it took me a long time, like to realize that it's the mental part where
Yeah.
we need to improve the most. I think the obstacle is psychologically people suffer the most. Anyone can give you a strategy, even I can give you my strategy, but you still won't be able to execute that same strategy
Yeah.
just because
Yeah.
your emotion will be different at the time you're gonna execute the trade.
So, how did you work on improving your psychology? And did you have like a big setback that taught you a big lesson that changed the game for you?
In general life, when you have a bad experience, you usually learn it pretty quick. You just don't do that, again. Let's say, but with the trade in the trading, you will see a lot of traders, you do the same mistake again and again. There's no trader in the world that can say just he's been profitable since he
The
started.
start, yeah.
So I've been a really bad trader. So what happens is, I believe there's a four stages. The first stage is when you are unconscious, incompetent, and then there's another stage when you are competent, but you're conscious, but you are incompetent, right?
Yeah, and that's when you know what you don't know.
Yes, that's right. So, and then there's another stage comes in when you started to become conscious and competent. And the final stage, I would say, is when you subconsciously
Unconsciously
uh,
competent
competent.
when it becomes your second nature. Yeah.
Second nature, yeah. So I believe I'm still on the way. Like, I don't want to say like I'm perfect. Trading is something that tests you every time you jump in, and I'm still on the way to learn it. I'm here to share my experience with the other traders.
So, what are the steps that you took to improve your psychology? You mentioned before I started recording that you start like journaling and writing your thoughts?
Okay, so as okay, this is important. This is something I watched on one of your interview, Anna. You mentioned in one of your interview that when you were trading, you started to write down your emotions while you trade, and that made a difference. But when you just said that, a lot of people might have not taken it that seriously. Somehow that clicked me, honestly. I watched another videos, and there's another guy, Jared. He's a psychologist, and I watched a couple of his interviews as well. He said the same thing. So what happens is, when you watch podcasts and you just read books, and you think that you're gonna get the mindset, you can get the information, but that's not gonna give you the mindset. Psychologically, if you wanna change, you start to write down your emotions. You cannot just walk into the main gate and think your way into the trading. You need to write down your emotion, how you feel, what are your triggers and everything. This is how you're gonna improve, because that way you're gonna find how you react in which situation, and you're gonna work on your problems. Emotions are stronger than your brain. They say there's a part in your brain that controls your emotions, but the emotions has the ability to shut that part, which shows that your emotions are stronger than your brain. Some traders I know, they are God gifted. They were lucky. They did not have any traumas in their life. They had no issues in their childhood. And some traders find it hard to even do the basic steps in trading because of their emotional issues. It's like some people have a better control over the food.
Yeah.
They can just resist, and
Yeah.
some people just can't stop themselves. It's just
Hmm.
so similarly in trading, or in general life. In general life, some people can control their anger, but some can just go completely mad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what in the trading as well. Some people have a better emotional control, some don't. So the one who don't have it, they need to really work on it, because this is what happens. This is why we are doing the same mistake again and again. There's two things you need to think. The first thing is, if 95% people are losing it, that's only 5% succeeding it. Then that means there's a lot of work you need to put in to become successful, right? If you're thinking that trading is to make you rich, if you think it's for a quick money, then there's no difference between you and someone buying a lottery ticket. So it's a long process, and you need to work on a lot of things before you can
Start seeing any
become.
progress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, can you tell us a little bit about the technical part? What kind of strategy do you use? What type of trader you are? And do you focus on some specific instruments, or you have like a big portfolio of instruments that you're trading?
Okay. In the beginning, I was looking for every indicator, everything,
Mm-hmm.
like
It's all of us.
like everybody else does. And then after, at one stage, I got really fed up with it. Took some time off, started to simplify it, and
Mm-hmm.
then I realized it's trading. The more you try to simplify it, the the easier it gets. If I have to define trading in one line, I would say it's simple but not easy. So I started with the technically, I cut down so much noise. Like I don't use indicators anymore. All I do is I simplified my strategy, simplified my plan. There's one thing every trader would say: you must have a plan, just because the plan will keep you in discipline. It will keep you in line. So what I do, I have my plan or strategy. What I called is US2255, which means I trade US session, two pairs, two strategies, five trade maximum, and then no more than five lot. Technically, I use two strategies, which one of them is I trade consolidation. That is my like bread and butter strategy, where I hardly lose, like where I make the most of my profit. But making money in consolidation, you only make a little bit, like you don't make a huge profits, but it's way safer than other ways. Consolidation is one of my strategy, and then the other one is the price correction. That's the two strategies I stick with. And having two pairs in a day, it helps a lot for your brain to understand the price action and everything.
Yeah, to stay focused. And
Yeah, strategy wise, I may not sound really, like really fancy, but I would say, okay, what I do is when the market in consolidation, I just mark my range of daily high and daily low, and I just buy near the low and sell near the high within that daily high and or session high low range. I just keep doing it while it's in consolidation, and once it's the market breaks out, I just stays away until it makes a big gap. And then I look for a price correction once it has made a significant move. And then I look for that price correction. And then I take my second strategy, price correction trade. So with the consolidation, risk management is really good because you only have little to lose and you know where to exit, because as soon it breaks out the opposite way, then you're pretty clear that now it's your exit time. Sometimes what happens is the market doesn't break out for next 2 hours or 4 hours, or and then I just make my bucks and get out of the market. That's it.
Yeah, so from what I can understand, you just try to determine the direction of the daily candle and you just buy close to the low of the previous day or sell close to the high of the previous day, depending on if you're bullish or bearish.
Like of the current day's high and low, that's where I play around. And when the market makes a big move, like then I try to find my way during like where the price action happens. The price correction happens. That's where I do my couple of trades. And because I have the limit of 5 trades in the day, usually these two strategies are pretty sufficient for those for 5 trades, and then I'm usually
I
out.
mean, this is definitely a large number of trades in one day, I would say. So I would assume
Really?
that I would assume that you are a scalper or intraday trader.
Yes,
Scalper.
I am still a scalper. That's where a lot of trader actually starts. And this is 5 is the lowest I can go. I used to do like 40 trades in an hour, and I used to go like like more than 200 trades in a day. I used to do a lot
Oh
of
my
like
god.
these. Yeah,
That's a lot.
I can really process that. Yeah, I can process that at a pretty quick. I'm really good into it. That's what I feel like. That's why I like scalping. This is why I like the US session, because it's
more
that's
volatile.
where the most of more volatile. And my pair is also pound yen and Dow Jones, because they're the most volatile ones are.
So let's talk a little bit about risk management. Do you have like a static risk management, or you have special risk management strategies?
Okay, so risk management wise, what I do, try to not lose more than 2% when I first start my account. And I try to gain a little bit
A buffer,
in the early,
maybe.
buffer. Yeah, once
Building
I
a
have the
buffer.
buffer,
You start
that's
increasing
where
risk.
then I play. Yeah, then I try. Sometimes I take a bit more, risk if I have the opportunity. But I usually, risk management is something I try to have a bigger stop loss, because a lot of people psychologically they are in the same areas with the stop loss wise. So if I try to have a tight stop loss, then most of the time it get hits. Once you have a good emotional control or good psychology, then your risk management will improve automatically, because then you'll be more conscious what you are doing. Everything is linked to each other.
So, how did trading change you as a person? How did it change different aspects of your life?
Okay, so before, like when I started trading, this is where when I met myself. This is when I realized who I am, and this is how I realized that I have so much issues. No one would ever told me that psychologically, you personality wise,
You're so
all your
unstable, right?
shortcomings. Yeah, all other jobs you just be physically there. Like
Yeah,
this is when you be mentally on, fully
yeah.
on, and mentally, emotionally, trading has changed me a lot. Like you mentally, you grow really fast when you start
Mm-hmm.
trade. Like
Yeah.
it's a whole different
That,
world.
yeah, that's the beautiful part of it, in my opinion. Not only that it gives you the freedom and you have no limits, but also that you have to strive to become a better person. You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of your mental health. Otherwise, it's going to be impossible for you to perform. So, what are the plans moving forward? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
In the short term plan is next year I wanted to do 12 months, 12 countries travel
Mm-hmm.
while trading. That's the plan for now. And in long run, I would say something similar, like more related to traveling, just because it'll be another video if I'll
Telling
start
all
talking
the
about
dreams and
traveling.
plans. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So your goal is to explore the world and trade from lots of different places from the world. That's so nice. I love traveling as well. I'm also a person who can't stay at one place. So what would you tell to yourself if you are about to start now with the experience and knowledge that you have?
The first thing I would say, I would tell myself to trade small. When you trade small, you have less emotions triggered on, and you are more conscious. If you make a damage, you can fix your small losses. But when your losses are big, then that's where you lose your, like emotions and you go crazy.
Yeah.
So trade small. That's one thing. And
Mm-hmm.
the second thing I would say, you must have a plan. Without plan, you cannot succeed. In the beginning, we don't have plan. We just trade any session, any pair, like any strategy, any lot size. You need to have some sort of system, like a plan. That's the second thing. And the third thing I would say, you need to do like all your meditation, your food, your reading, back testing, your journaling. That's so much important. This is how you keep in the shape. This is how you stays in the zone.
You mentioned that you have to meditate, you have to eat healthy. Did you make changes in your daily routine? Do you have a daily routine that you're sticking to?
I try to, most of the time, I try to stick to my routine. You cannot be disciplined all the time, but your goal should be stay in the discipline most of the times.
Is there anything that you wish you did different from the beginning? And if yes, what is that?
I wish I knew the prop firms, especially the funded trader. I would have lost less money
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
while learning. I wish I had less information, because in the beginning you try to try to learn everything. You try to have information bombarded from everywhere, and then
Yeah, you might
it
feel
makes the
overwhelmed.
process hard. Yeah, it makes harder to learn. Like there's a good content on the YouTube online, but it gets confusing. In the early days, you don't know what to pick.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, any last words that you would like to share with us before we finish?
All right. I would say, like, if you are trying to be a trader, it's not that easy what it looks like. You need to put a lot of work into it. If you can handle three things like pressure, and you can prioritize the things in your life, and you can plan, that makes trading easier. Work on your psychology, on your emotion. It'll make you a better trader.
Definitely. Thank you so much for your time and sharing your experience with us. It's been a pleasure. I
No
wish you
worries.
best of luck with everything in the future. And maybe we're going to meet somewhere on our traveling journey. Yeah.
No worries. And there's the last thing I would say.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm so glad that you did my interview. It'll be absolutely a memory. The second thing, the funded trader, I'm a huge fan of this prop firm. This is the only prop firm. I never had any issue with getting paid. Even I made some mistakes in the past. They did not kicked me out. They actually some prop firms, they don't even pay you for some mistakes. But the Funder Trader's been really, really great. The customer service really good. I never had an issue. Like I cannot even say one thing that I had an issue with.
I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you for all the nice words, and
No
thank you
problem.
once again for your time. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
No worries. I feel the same. Thank you. Thank you, Anna.
And to all of you watching, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and show us some love in the comments down below. Trade safe, and until next time.